We will have adequate resources on the ground and ready to make sure that the event goes well.
Fingers crossed. Central District Health is aiming to take up a public health order for a third time tomorrow.
Last week's meeting was abruptly canceled at the request of Boise Mayor Lauren McLean. She and Police Chief Ryan Lee had concerns over the security of some board members. So
now the health district is hoping a third time is a charm to discuss and vote on an order that would cover Ada, Boise, Elmore, and Valley counties.
Boise police are prepping in order to make sure the board can conduct its meeting tomorrow without any interruptions.
Our Joey Prechtel spoke to the Deputy Chief of Police today in Boise to find out what exactly the plan is for enforcement and to make sure that everything goes as planned. Joey, what's the expectations?
Well, Mark and Kim, Deputy Chief Ron Weiniger told me that both Boise Police and Idaho State Police will be here tomorrow at CDH to help keep everything under control. And already tonight at 10 o'clock, we're seeing some signs of that. If you look just over to the left, we have a barricade at one part of the CDH parking lot. And then over on my left, we have another barricade into CDH's parking lot. So no cars can get into the parking lot right now. And then just right in front of me, we have two Boise police officers kind of sitting out here. Now, all of this is in preparation for the meeting tomorrow. There is going to be a specific area where people can protest, but of course all of this prep work is being done to make sure that CDH's Board of Health can take up that revised public health order and vote on it.
Can I interrupt you for just a moment? My 12-year-old son is home by himself right now, and there are protesters banging outside the door. Okay, I'm gonna go home.
A distraught Diana Laciando during last week's Central District Health meeting. This and concerns over the hundreds of protesters at the health district caused the Board of Health to cancel the meeting. Now they're set to meet Tuesday afternoon, and they don't want to repeat.
We are going to do everything we can to make sure that they have the ability to carry out their meeting and it can be relatively free from disruption, or at least those disruptions will be managed.
That's where Boise police come in. They've worked with CDH to address some issues that led to problems. Deputy Chief Ron Weiniger says one of the issues is the podium and loudspeaker. That
crosses the line when you're amplifying your specific voice and to the point of drowning out others.
Another issue, protests outside of board members' homes. Laciando was one, Dr. Ted Epperly was another.
Sadly, it's not under control. It is not under control at my house, and it's not under control at Diana's house.
Weiniger said police have been talking with the board members who live in Boise about protection during the meeting.
I won't necessarily speak to what all those steps are, but we are coordinating, communicating with and advising them on some things that they can do to try to prevent issues.
Now, there were some questions as to why Boise Police and the mayor wanted this meeting canceled.
If you were on the ground or outside in that and you looked around and you saw families and children, and there were largely it was a peaceful gathering.
But BPD got information that it could change quickly.
There was a small group of people, somewhat organized, that intended to disrupt the meeting. That was their intention by physically forcing their way into the meeting.
So now they're putting in more resources. Weiniger says there will be a significant number of officers at the health district to ensure the meeting goes on.
I think we are certainly doing our best to be prepared for and helping them to accomplish their goal of making that vote happen.
Now, a spokesperson for the health district told me they're not allowing any sound systems or open flames on the property. If you remember, in just the past month or so, some protesters have brought tiki torches to their protest. For example, that we saw this at one of the protests at Boise Mayor Lauren McLean's house when she passed her latest public health order. As for the CDH meeting tomorrow, where they are going to have two public viewing areas for the public, a total of 11 people can get in there and actually watch the meeting in person, but masks must be worn and physical distancing must be met. Now, the meeting is scheduled for tomorrow at 3:30 in the afternoon. And if you want to look at that revised public health order that the Board of Health will be taking up, well, you can look at that on our website at ktvb.com. Back to you, Mark.
Let's hope maturity and calmness prevails tomorrow. Joey, thanks.